Hey everybody, my name is JPW03 and welcome back to another game recap. The last one for the season. The Lightning lose this one 2-1 in overtime against the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 6. It was a great game. I mean, honestly, a phenomenal game. Congratulations, Toronto. I mean, this is obviously a huge moment, and honestly, I wish you guys the best. Like, I know there's been a lot of animosity between the fan bases and whatnot, but putting all of that aside, it was a heck of a series. It was great hockey. It was entertaining hockey, and congratulations. And, you know, whoever you go up against in round 2, give them a heck of a ride. So either way, let's go ahead and dive into what happened tonight. So in the first period, there's no goals to talk about, but the Bolts with a great start to the game. Samsonov with some huge, massive saves. I would say at least 5 great A+ saves for Samsonov in that first period. The Bolts had to come up with 2 huge PKs, and they actually had some great scoring chances on them as well, but no goals to speak of in the first, like I mentioned. So we roll into the second period, and the Bolts picked up right where they left off initially. I mean, they were rolling, and this was just a fantastic game up to this point. I mean, it was back and forth pressure. Toronto would get a good shift in the offensive zone, and then the Bolts would take the puck down, and they would get a great shift in the offensive zone, and it was a masterclass in both offense and defense. Then, in one of the times where Toronto had a lot of pressure going for him, Matthews would have a monster shift. I mean, he was putting moves on Stamkos, and he was holding the puck in, and then the Lightning with a huge chance to clear. Sergachev tries to clear it, and he gets it, and Brody with an absolutely beautiful keep in, and this happens. So as I mentioned, Matthews with a great shift in this one, and he's going to score the goal there. And you just saw the end of Brody keeping the puck in. But you can just see so much traffic in front. Vasi never sees it, and so it's 1-0. But then late in the period, the Lightning would get a power play, and Stamkos would hit the post on that one. So everything left to play for in the third. The Lightning still down, and here's how the third went. So in the third, the Lightning clearly know what's at stake. They come out absolutely swinging, everything to the net, and Cooper made a great decision. He actually flipped Hagel and Stamkos on their lines. It led to immediate dividends here. So the Lightning just coming wave after wave of pressure, and the Leafs doing actually a relatively good job of just continuing to try to snuff it out. But the Lightning finally break the dam. I mean, on the rebound, the captain gets it done. There was a lot of talk about how the top guys for the Lightning weren't performing as good as the Leafs, and big goal for the Stamkos. Just an absolutely massive goal from the captain, and you love to see it. About 7 minutes into the period, Vasi would make a huge save on Matthews, and actually 2, because with just over 10 minutes to go, Achari would make Sergachev turn over the puck, and Achari would get it to Matthews with a glorious chance, and he just missed the net. I mean, that was a glorious chance. And then coming the other way, Samsonov with a massive save on Pointer after Kucherov with an insane pass, so we're tied up at 1 with under 8 to go. And so we head into overtime once again. You just knew, you just had a feeling it was going to overtime. Stamkos with a huge block with just over 2 minutes to go. And you thought just maybe, this was going to be the Lightning's time to win it in overtime. But unfortunately not. And now we're in overtime, and the Lightning had so many grade A chances. Asimont with a literal perfect chance, unfortunately stopped by Samsonov. And then it's just going to go in off of Radish's foot after the Leafs had a phenomenal shift, just hemmed the Lightning in their zone, and you can see how much it means to these Leafs players right here. And again, I mentioned this in one of the other recaps, but this team was different. It truly was different. And I know Steve Dangle, I'm sure most of you who are watching this video watch him. He's going to be having the time of his life, and it's well-deserved. This was a gutsy effort, and we talked about how the Lightning for long stretches of these games outplayed the Leafs, but that didn't ultimately matter because when push came to shove, the Leafs showed up, and they were able to just will their way to some wins. In years past, they would not have won all of these games in overtime. And in fact, in years past, the 4-1 game we had, I think it was game 4, absolutely they would not have come back. But that doesn't matter. The past does not matter. What matters is they were able to do it, and it was a heck of a series. That was some awesome hockey, and I think stepping back from, this loss, let's just appreciate the hockey that we saw. It was some entertaining hockey. Look, I'm disappointed. I think anybody who's a Lightning fan will be disappointed. Obviously, you want to win. And I think, again, we got to be grateful for the years we had. We've had some phenomenal years, and I don't even think this core is done. I mean, we still have a phenomenal core, so I don't think the runs are over, but I do think this team needs some rest. So many long postseasons, it catches up with you. So either way, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined me along these recaps the whole season. It's been an absolute awesome ride. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you again for watching. So congratulations again, Toronto. You guys earned it. Now enjoy the moment. But the work's not done. There's still so much work to be done to climb the mountain to a Stanley Cup. And for one last time this season, go Bolts.